Welcome back, everyone. It's movie time. Bart and Jennifer Mills are back with us today. They are reviewing the menu. One of the reviews I saw said that Gordon Ramsay is now not the most hated chef in the world. Is that true? Ray Fiennes is kind of the chef. There's a young couple that's invited to this exclusive restaurant. Bart, kind of take us from there. That's where the shenanigans start.
Yeah, this is a black comedy. It's basically a real shot at Nomar and all these other amazing restaurants all over the world that have just taken the dining experience to the next insane level. And so Ray Fiennes is the absolutely perfect Gordon Ramsay in this scenario because he is just so uptight, so buttoned up, and he's got this staff of people who are the same way. So these very elite 1% type, and they've got a lovely little cluster of all the different types of them. So there's a critic, there's a bunch of tech bros who are very rich at the table. There's a former actor at one of the tables. So they're all a different selection of horrible human beings are all at this very high-end $1,200 a plate dinner on this very special island that only serves 12 people at a time, and this massive restaurant experience. And so they come in thinking they're going to have the night of their life, and as the twist goes, they have the night of their life.
Yeah, Bart mentioned the twist, Jennifer. I've heard there's a lot of surprise things that happen. Were you kind of taken aback every few scenes?
Well, from the preview, I thought it was going to be similar to The Hunt. If you remember the movie The Hunt, where it was basically rich people being hunted. And, in the preview, Ralph is like, the men have 45 seconds to make a run for it. So I thought they were going to be like hunting them, which that didn't actually play out. But, it was a lot of fun. It was very funny, really great lines. One of my favorite lines was his assistant whispers in one of these tech bros' ears, "You will eat less than you wish and more than you deserve." And I'm like, oh my land, that line is so good. But it sums it up because they just, the people in the kitchen and the chef just detest these people. They hate them and they want to make them pay for bringing the restaurant service industry basically to the point that it's at today.
Now, Bart, as a watcher, are you rooting for the bad guy in a sense? Because what they say in this metaphorically is all true, that we become this society of have to have the best and we want it now. Do you kind of root for the bad guy a little bit anyway?
Well, I think it does. He does. The director is I got to look at Mark Maylod. And this is his first big movie, but he did episodes of Succession and Game of Thrones. You can really see the succession. But there are a lot of... The movie shifts back and forth in focus, and you understand that everybody at some level is to blame. Mm-hmm. And while Ray Fiennes, as the chef, is sort of trapped in this world, he's also, like a lot of these high-end chefs, a horrible human being that treats the people who are just nothing but loyal to him like crap. Mm-hmm. And anybody who's ever worked in a kitchen will tell you this happens. If you've ever worked for a chef, this really is it's an expanded version of it. It's a comedy, but in the same sense, it's not that far off the mark. So yes, everybody in this movie is really horrible. And Anya Taylor-Joy is the only person that is sort of our eyes on this scene.
Right.
And so she's the one sort of redeemable character in the whole thing. The rest of them are all pretty much garbage.
Because she was brought in as an extra. She wasn't supposed to be invited. But the date that Nicholas Hoult was supposed to be bringing broke up with him. And so he got Anya Taylor-Joy to come, and she wasn't supposed to be there. So, yeah.
Yeah, well, and the other thing is you mentioned Ray Fiennes, Anya Taylor-Joy. I mean, you put those two together. You don't have too many duds between those two, right?
No.
Well, it's fascinating because you really have a cast of 3 or 4 larger names. You got Nicholas Hoult, who's very good. You've got John Leguizamo, who's always great. But really, there's just a lot of those guys, a lot of people that are very familiar to you from Peak
faces
TV.
that you're going to recognize, you just maybe don't know their names.
They're all great actors, but there's just a couple of big names. But it really is between those two actors, it's their movie.
Yeah, and I was wondering too, the second time you watch it, is it going to take, because the surprises now, does that take away, or is it one you'll watch again?
No, because it's not really about, this isn't M. Night Shyamalan. I mean, the twist isn't that big a twist for us. We know from the trailer and everything else that these people are going to be treated poorly, and they're going to be hung from their own petard. But it's just fun to watch, largely because while you know some of what's going to happen, there are some surprises along the way. But it is that interaction, and the dialogue is so sharp. The writers work for The Onion, they work for Succession, so it's really smart in a dry, black way.
Yeah, sounds very clever. Thank you guys so much. I really want to run out and see this. Sounds very good.
Yeah, definitely check it out.
Okay, we will do it, and we'll be back right after this.